Hi guys, so I'm gonna complain about a thing because that's what I do. So I was on Tumblr scrolling down my dashboard as I usually am, and I came across a photo of a bunch of articles from various websites complaining about something that Disney Channel was doing. If you don't already know, Disney is planning to put a lesbian couple into the show Good Luck Charlie. The storyline of the episode is that Charlie makes a friend in preschool and she goes to a play date with her friend, and the friend has two moms, and it's that simple. There's nothing weird about it, the kid just happens to have two moms. But all these articles had a problem with that, and I'm just gonna share with you some of the things that they said. One of the points that an article made was that the concept is too complicated for kids to understand. The episode would just cause mass confusion and it would completely ruin the show, because how could they understand this? Such a confusing concept. That literally doesn't make any sense. It's the same, except instead of a man and a woman, it's a woman and a woman. There's nothing different at all. It's the same thing. Mind-blowing, right? It's wow. One of the other things that I saw was that Disney was trying too hard to be politically correct instead of family-friendly, because homosexuality isn't family-friendly at all, and we should not be exposing this to our children because that will just damage their minds and it'll poison them and it'll give them horrible ideas, and oh my god, we just can't show this to our children. It's so bad. And God forbid that they grow up thinking that equality is okay. We can't have that. That would be blasphemy, right? Like, only heterosexuality is family friendly. Homosexuality is just completely poisoning to the minds of children. Oh, humanity. I'm gonna read you a quote that I found on another article. Regardless of your stance on gay rights, some subjects just aren't for children. Homosexuality is reality, but so are cigarettes, alcohol, and war. Did you really just compare homosexuality to war and cigarettes and alcohol? Why are we still treating this like it's a bad thing? War, alcohol, and cigarettes are not the equivalent of homosexuality. There is nothing in common. But so what? That argument is completely invalid. That's like saying, since I like apples, I want the world to burn. They're completely unrelated. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. I think putting a lesbian couple into Good Luck Charlie is a very important thing. Just putting a lesbian couple or a gay couple or a trans person or anything, this is all way overdue. I think it's so significant to start doing this now because they're getting exposed to it anyway. Refusing to put it on Disney isn't going to change the fact that they're going to see it. You might as well introduce it to them early so they don't grow up with all these bad connotations of it in their mind. We don't need kids growing up thinking that homosexuality isn't okay, because at some point in their lives they may realize that they like the same sex, and that will just confuse them if they've grown up only seeing straight people. Also, there are children right now, believe it or not, who have two parents of the same sex. There are people growing up with two dads, there are people growing up with two moms, and they never see any of that on TV. And we don't need children growing up thinking that their family is dysfunctional, because that can lead to all sorts of mental illnesses, and why would we want to do that? We should start enforcing the idea early in their lives so they're not confused and they're not ashamed. We don't express enough minorities on Disney, and this is a really good start. They're not making the protagonist of the show lesbian or gay or whatever. They're not making it the focus of the episode. They just put it in so it looks natural. As far as I'm aware, that's what it seemed like to me when I was reading the storyline. It's not this big thing and it's going to cause a bunch of revelations in their minds. It's just there, and they're going to understand it better if we start off slow and start building it up. Maybe one day in a perfect world we'll have an LGBT plus character as the main character. The argument that this episode is going to be confusing or inappropriate for children is so out of line, because they've made it very clear on all the articles that they've had people who specialize in child development working on the episode with Disney. They literally got people who understand how to affect children to help on the show. It's not going to affect them in a negative way. These people know what they're doing. They're going to make sure it's not bad for them. When I came across this on Tumblr, it also said that some of the articles were encouraging people to email people who worked with Good Luck Charlie and beg them to not put the couple in. And Tumblr, of course, being the great supporter of LGBT as it is, they put the link to all the emails in the description and told people to go encourage Disney to keep the lesbian couple in. So I did, and if you want to, if you're watching this anytime around the date that I posted it, because I don't know how long it's going to have an impact, I'll put the emails in the doobly-doo, and you can go email them too if you want. So yeah, there's my rant. Sorry, this wasn't really a fun video. I'm just really angry. So if you like my anger for some reason, you can click the like button below, or comment your thoughts on anything that I talked about in this video. What do you think about them putting a lesbian couple in? Please share your thoughts, because I like hearing about this kind of thing. And if you want to see more of my face, you can subscribe, and I'll see you the next time I upload. Bye! Let's take a second to admire my shirt, because Doctor Who jokes.